The Michigan Milk Producers Association was formed in 1916 after some 400 dairy farmers gathered at Michigan Agricultural College with the primary goal of securing a better price for producers' milk. A statewide organization open only to dairy farmers, MMPA held its first annual meeting later that year with 1,000 members attending. By 1920, MMPA had more than doubled the price of milk for members and was on the way to becoming the largest co-op in the state. In the early years, John Neer, Howard Simmons, Jack Barnes, and Glenn Lake led the co-op through good times and bad. Cans gave way to tankers, electricity, pasteurization, and the super pool changed the way milk was processed and marketed. The Fair Share movement tried to break up the co-op, and the co-op owned various plants around the state, finally concentrating on improving the plants in Constantine and Ovid. On its 50th anniversary in 1966, MMPA had about half as many members, marketing 50% more milk than a decade earlier. Production climbed as member farm acres and cow numbers increased, and more attention was given to genetics, nutrition, and animal health practices. The 70s experienced stagflation and protests from farmers for low milk prices and rising costs of feed, equipment, and supplies. McDonald Dairy is acquired by MMPA. The 80s brought in the leadership of Elwood Kirkpatrick and Walt Washy. Leprino Foods was one of the many processors found for MMPA milk, and times got better for co-op members. In 1987, a permanent home is built in Novi, and 4 years later, a renovated Ovid plant shifts its manufacturing emphasis from an all-butter facility to one making more profitable ingredients. Ovid and Constantine were now the only plants owned by MMPA. The attacks on 9/11 delayed Congress from voting on the highly anticipated Farm Bill containing the renewal of the dairy price support system. Dairy sales declined and dairy product consumption dropped as the U.S. economy weakened. In 2003, John Dillon, the Director of Finance and Controller since 1975, becomes the General Manager. In 2007, Ken Novus, a dairy farmer from St. John's and a board member since 1992, becomes president. A growing international demand for U.S.-produced dairy products provided a new outlet for MMPA members' milk. To take advantage, the Constantine plant installs a reverse osmosis machine, doubling daily capacity to 2 million pounds of milk. A $62 million expansion at the Ovid plant installs a new dryer, a churn expansion, and a new sampling station to increase capacity to over 5 million pounds of milk per day. In 2014, Joe Diglio, a 23-year employee, becomes general manager and inherits a strong organization and a bright future. Experience a closer look at the 100-year history of MMPA and what lies ahead with a 3-part video series on the MMPA website at www.mimilk.com.